McClunky.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
You didn't give us the 5, Sam.
McClunky.
Well, I was assuming that you guys were understanding that in that time frame it would become the 5 because I had to switch over to an unknown thing that we've never done before.
My favorite thing is like even then you like waited a bit longer than you should have.
Oh shit! God, keep that audio level. Come on.
Like you didn't even.
What do you mean? I thought that went fine. Y'all are tripping. I said McClunky. When you hear me go, muh, that's when you know you just gotta say clunky.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Everyone at once say their opinion of the episode. All right, 3, 2, 1. I thought it was pretty.
Alright.
I think it was like 6 out of 10.
Really? I thought it was about 7 out of 10.
I think
I thought
Sam.
7 or 8.
All right. Well, first of all, hold on. This is the first actual McClunky like sort of discussion about at one point I think we're gonna do even Marvel things like this, but we're starting with the Book of Boba Fett because
Star Wars. We're all fans of Star Wars here.
We love this shit, man. We love this. McClunky is Star Wars. It's based on the Greedo line. It's Bib Fortuna, his guard even. He got Shawshank by Bib Fat Tuna. Yeah, that's a good one.
Bib Fat Tuna. That's good.
And so yeah, we're here to give our thoughts on the new Book of Boba Fett show, the first episode, Stranger in a Strange Land.
Did you plan this?
Plan what?
Is this moment scripted? I feel like this is scripted.
It's not at all.
Sorry. I've been stupid.
I have nothing. We were doing this very unplanned. The only thing I have is 6 notes that I jotted down at 2 a.m. last night when we watched the episode.
Remember.
All right, Sam.
Maybe reading at the notes and it's like very inconsequential notes. It's just about you like calling things that happened, and that was it.
I mean, let's say like what's like the good parts of it though.
Hold on. Before we do that,
let's start with the notes first. Let's start with notes so we can all discuss.
Well, let's go up the line. Let's go. AJ, you're the bottom. Let's start with you. What were your thoughts about the episode?
I thought it was pretty all right. Not like my favorite, but it was pretty good. Should we do like a favorite and least favorite parts?
I think we'll do that like near the end, or I guess you have to leave at one point potentially. So we'll get to those after we go through everyone's kind of like general thoughts on it. Yeah. Kaz,
I think it was pretty good.
You thought it was pretty good, yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, Kaz, you just go, man. Like, what did you think?
So, I thought it was alright. I mean, I haven't watched anything Star Wars related since New Hope. I mean,
wow, you're.
I saw New Hope and I've seen nothing.
You just went off of that movie, and this makes no fucking sense.
I haven't seen anything Star Wars for 50 years.
I haven't the last thing Star Wars related I watched other than this was episode 7. And so, like, I essentially am going in blind on, like, this, with, like, its relation to Mandalorian and all the other shows. I thought, like, it was good to, like, it was easy to go into. Like, I felt like there wasn't anything missing for me. Other than, like, like, I was confused with who's this Mulan lady? And why is Jabba dead?
Ming Wen, what was the name?
Ming Wen. I was trying to Google her name, I forgot to, like...
Ming Na Wen, there we go.
Not even to disrespect it, I think she was amazing. She was really cool. Like, both as an actress and a character, I thought she was really cool.
Yeah, she's 50.
Like, yeah, exactly. I was like, because when Sam was telling me that she's Mulan, I'm like, what? You mean the live action? She don't look like her. Nah. And then I Googled, I'm like, oh my goodness, she's the OG Mulan.
The voice actress, yeah.
Yeah.
No, and like she first appeared in Mandalorian season 1, and and my god, I thought they killed her off in her episode at first, and it was like, what a waste of Ming Na Wen. But then, here we are. Ming Na now is where we are.
When because I've walked in on my brother watching Mandalorian, so like I'll see little bits, and I recognize her from that, but like,
dirty.
Other than like not like other than like not knowing like the context of why Jabba is dead and like Bib Fortuna being his replacement and stuff. I enjoyed it.
Have you not seen the Have you not seen the original trilogy? Why do you think Jabba's dead?
Oh shit! Oh yeah, I realized. Oh, I'm stupid. I thought I completely forgot Jabba dies at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, no, at the beginning.
Not the end. The middle. Yeah, not even the middle. Like just before the middle, I'd say.
See, we got a good range of fans here, folks. We got people who know a bunch, and we got a person who didn't even remember that Jabba died.
In my defense, it's been a while since I've watched since I watched the original series. I don't think I've completed my Christmas tradition of watching all the Star Wars
we
in
stopped
3 years.
at the third movie. We didn't even get there.
I did it. There's a marathon on over here.
Yeah, they usually do something around Christmas. Yeah.
I did watch Revenge of the Sith on Christmas Eve.
You bastard! You watched that without us then?
No, I wanted to watch it with you. I'll still watch it with you.
Excuse me.
It's my favorite film. I'll always watch it.
Very good.
All right. So,
Connor,
so Kaz, yeah, what did you think? Or no, sorry, sorry, Connor, what did you?
I think it was good.
I quite enjoyed it, but I'm also a very easy Star Wars fan to please. It's very rare I find something that I dislike. I will admit though, out of the last couple shows, Bad Batch, Mando season 1 and 2, it's definitely the weaker first episode. But I almost feel like it's supposed to be that way.
Yeah, I'm even counting Bad Batch with all this too.
So maybe after a couple episodes, or maybe even when the first season's done, maybe I'll look back on this one and it'll be a little bit more limelight. I still enjoyed it a lot though, but there just felt like it didn't felt a little weird. It felt almost a little too just. I don't want to say safe, but it just felt a little disjointed at moments. I noticed a lot of moments where, Tamora Morrison is just kind of just smiling really creepily, awkwardly for a while, and it's just really weird.
Yeah, there were moments like that just felt kind of off, I would say. And it might have been maybe a little bit of the Rodriguez directing, I feel because the guy that made this is the same guy that made Spy Kids and Shark Boy and Lava Girl and
that's interesting.
But also good thing, I'm not trying to say the only things like that.
Mandalorian first episode, it didn't give me the same awe that the Mando episode 1 did.
For sure, and I feel that's that's almost a crazy bar that we've set, but it is the bar that they have set themselves because
yeah,
that was such
Mando
a
episode
strong.
1 was absolutely jaw dropping.
Yeah, I was saying to Sam how many episode 1s were actually good, or fucking stunning end to end
of the Star Wars situation so far. I would say that season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian are their first episodes, or even the second one for season 1 are the strongest points.
I think Mandalorian was it was gold essentially. It came in fucking hot,
and this has potential to be amazing as well. Yeah, as Connor said, once the picture is complete, and you mentioned season 2, which is that happening? I've been asking people.
No, I don't know. I'm just kind of speculating here.
It probably hasn't been talked about. I mean, it's probably been talked about, but not confirmed.
Because that,
and it all depends on what people's reactions are. But this one's, I feel going into the show because it's such a beloved character. It's either going to get a lot of fucking hate or a lot of praise. One of the two.
Yeah,
they know that Obi-Wan is going to be a one-off. They know that that's going to be a one-season show, and it makes me interested to see what their opinions on this situation is. Where are we going from here?
Yeah. Also, have you noticed that we spent a lot of time on Tatooine? Eh?
Yeah, Tatooine's the favorite planet, man. Everyone loves Tatooine. It's where the fun.
I won't lie. I love the way Tamora Morrison pronounces Tatooine. Tatooine. It's that. I don't know how to describe it. Listening to it in when he does it through the clones accent or the clones tone. Tatooine.
You know,
it's very
he was really enjoying that Polynesian spy in that episode.
Oh my god. You made that joke so many times.
I'm going to continue to make that joke every time it happens.
I don't even get what it means.
What do you mean? I don't get what it means.
What is it? Is that what an actual Polynesian spa is? I don't know.
No. He went to the Polynesian spa and he made an ad for it, and it was the funniest thing in the world.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, okay. I just googled it and alright, that was the first thing. Okay, I understand completely. Yeah.
Alright, so let's continue. With him in the Sarlacc pit.
Called that, by the way. Literally, you could talk to Sam when Disney acquired Star Wars, and I would tell you, they're gonna start a Boba Fett movie either with him in the Sarlacc pit or his hand coming out of the sand. I called both those things.
Man.
I want to point out my notes. Sarlacc pit. There was a stormtrooper there. Who knows how long that guy was there? Because there were no stormtroopers.
Yeah, like I was like, they were not around on that.
The Jedi, so that had to have been a stormtrooper from like A New Hope,
or longer. Who knows, right? Like it could have been forever.
Like you could have taken off that helmet and it was just a skeleton.
That being said, though, freaky. His oxygen tank was still there, pretty intact, honestly, considering that guy's been there for a hell of a long time.
You say that, by the way, AJ, and that totally would have been like a Rodriguez horror moment right there. To take off the helmet, it's just a skeleton face that would jump you.
Yeah.
That felt like Rodriguez.
They say the Sarlacc takes like 100 years to digest.
Yeah.
It was 1,000 years.
1,000 years, wow, even worse.
It's just like a long time.
Well, Boba's had all the time in the world to burn it to a crisp and dig his way out. How come no one else has thought of that?
Yeah, like...
But he needed oxygen.
To be fair, yeah, like, I don't know how many Mandalorian armor people it's, like, digesting, right? Like, that's kind of, like, the thing in Legends, at least, is that his armor...
Like, people dig through the Starlight, it's a fucking gold mine.
Yeah, true that, though.
Next scene, by the way, it was a little goofy, but it was also, like... It was one of those things where I was like, huh... It's a little goofy, but it almost works really well, is when the Jawas came and, like, punted him and, like, knocked him cold. Holy shit.
Yeah, even the sound effect at that, like, it was just perfect. Like, it literally, like, dunk! Knocked out.
Oh, it was a very hard
That's the most powerful bounty hunter ever just knocked out by a bunch of Jawas.
Well, they've really shown Jawas. They've shown Jawas in both Mandalorian and this show to be like pretty badass. Like if you actually go against them, they might mess you up.
Yeah. You do not get like Luka.
I also got to appreciate that. Like, I love the respect that both Mando and Boba know about the wastelands of Tatooine. Like, you have to respect the Tuskens, you have to respect the Jawas because it just won't go. Anyway, it's like how the trailer even says. He tends to rule with respect because it's the only way that things will work, right?
That's how the customs are on that planet.
Mm.
Yeah, and I absolutely felt that with even the fact that like we say that with the Jawas that they've given us respect, but like on that note, the Tusken Raiders have been given so much love in just these two shows alone that it really like makes you rethink the entire discussion. Like back before Mandalorian came out, you could really like make the argument that like they're just savage creatures. Like sure, like Anakin killing them was seen as kind of bad, but like they were just like the way that they talk about them when like they just came and took your mother and like they killed her. Like they're just savages, son. Like I don't know what to tell you. It made them just seem like mindless savages, and now, holy fuck,
they seem more human.
Yeah, we get to see that. Like it actually makes what Anakin did much worse, in my opinion. Like I do see that in that way.
Yeah, with the Tuskens, not just the men, but the women and children too.
AJ said that to me, and I literally died. Like I remember reading it in bed and just being like, I woke up Paris.
I was like watching it, and then like the little child Tusken came up. I'm like, oh my god, it's a fucking child Tusken. Then the woman came up. I'm like, it's the women and children too.
So
I think Connor made the same joke as well.
Yeah. So they this one last night.
Now still in the Tuskens and stuff. Like, what are they trying to do? You think?
They're using them as slave labor.
Just for that, like that's the whole thing here. Like
they dig up little fucking.
Why did the Rodian like? Why was the Rodian so like for doing it though? You know what I mean? Like
because he doesn't know any better. He's like, I'm gonna either I do my part and live longer, or I fuck off. Right?
I thought, like, I assume like he's been in prison for longer than Boba.
And look where that nothing. Eaten by a 6-legged creature thing.
Don't even. Okay, hold up. That's coming later. We'll talk about that later. Like, whoa.
They also made it very obvious that like with the Tuskens also saw very much potential in Boba. They're like, this guy is like a bigger deal than most of the shit most of the people we find throughout the wastelands, right?
I agree. I guess you're right. Yeah, because they do like give him the acknowledgement of fighting him at one point, even so.
And I think Tuskens are like, they know that they're like the wasteland rulers, but like they have their own share of problems through bandits, off-worlders, Huts beforehand. I'm sure. Like, who knows what their motivation is? I guess we'll find out later. But like, they at least acknowledge the fact that they're like, oh, this random human dude we found is clearly something else.
Genetically superior.
I was almost wondering too, because like did you guys notice the tents in the background at any point? Like, did you notice like if they looked different to like I'm trying to just see the huge differences between these tribes of Tusken.
You know what I did notice? Luke Skywalker's house is what I noticed.
Don't even, dude. Oh my god, I didn't put that in the notes. I should have.
Like, I remember you were like, no, you couldn't have.
Dude,
like, I
AJ,
you were
did
like,
you see that?
No.
Okay. I don't know if this is what that was. Someone tell me in the comments at one point. They go to a house and like it's the one that the bandits are like painting or whatever, and they like beat the crap out of some guy in there.
No way.
Dude, it literally looked like the house, and it had the same like hump thing.
Like I was saying to Sam, like is that Luke's house? Are they gonna stop at Luke's house? And then they didn't.
I think it's just I think it's just a house. Like I think there's a lot of moisture farmers in this world.
I mean, sure, and I completely agree. But man, that one looked specifically like it. It was odd.
We're not the only people who think that.
I'd say I'm pretty sure a lot of places look like that.
Sorry, jumping a bit because I'll forget about it. The choice of words that the mayor's major domo used.
Fuck that guy.
That Fennec Shand used against
God.
The mayor's major domo. I know it was supposed to be something like, it was just supposed to be a thing of words, but like it came off way funnier than it was, I feel, intended to be.
Yeah, we're not trying to make like a joke here about like the fact that we find like the word choice funny per se. Like it just was like it was just very
shocking. Not what we thought was going to be used when we went, what? And we made it funnier than what it needed to be.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah,
if
I think like
AJ, but like it was Fennec Shand.
Like it doesn't. Yeah, like it doesn't feel like a Star Warsy word to me, if that makes sense.
Like when she said like you will come out of this unmolested, pretty much, and it was like whoa, okay. Like I get that it was like a good. It is an intense word to use in that capacity, but yeah, it's definitely one of those words that you're like. Definitely don't normally hear that in Star Wars.
Definitely don't normally hear that in real life.
And I guess you're gonna like it is like the criminal underworld part of Star Wars in this series, so maybe we are gonna see some like more stuff like that in that capacity, but I don't know to what extent maybe, but I don't know. I just also didn't I took from that like yeah, like they more so meant also just you will come out of this like
unscathed is
like,
what I would have used.
Yeah, I just think it was not poor word choice. I don't know, like what was the thought behind, like what would have been the thought behind wanting to use that word.
I think just like that there would have been a better word for sure.
Yeah, like there was like I think it was just like they like reading back a script almost. Like I feel like that was glossed over almost because mainly because I feel like it was very like consequential, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it probably wasn't like seen as that important, but we also just like. It was a moment of probably silence when we were watching, and then like that happened, and we were like, "Wow."
I just find that character very interesting, though. The major domo.
Yeah,
it kind of reminds me of my music teacher, who like I really hate, but like.
Just so like condescending, you know, like they know that they're like what they're saying is what's up, and
no, I think that was great though. I really enjoyed. Yeah.
I will also say, can we talk about like the two Gamorrean guards?
Yo, yeah, like ride or dies, man. Those people are committed.
That was like I know like you guys were saying, oh, why would like they?
I'm gonna nickname Bill. Name them Bill and Ted.
You were saying like I think you were saying like why would they allow? But like it was nice seeing that like as soon as like they got a chance to show their loyalty, they were like straight on.
Gamorreans, they also like. I wonder if they'll do like to Gamorreans what they did with Tuskens, where like a lot more interesting than what they are.
That actually might be what they're doing. Like if they focus on Tatooine, like having a better like what's the word? A more focused. What's it called? Like culture. Like there's a weird ass echo.
Yeah, what was that?
I think it's on AJ side. There's a bit of feedback. Like there's a bit like just like a cultural like unraveling of Tatooine.
Yeah, I think that like through this show, like and through shows like The Mandalorian, like where we occasionally do see Tatooine's like situation, like we're gonna kind of see like the shifting of that. Like we already saw like in Mandalorian that Mos Eisley is like abandoned pretty much in like a shell of what it once was, and I think that through this show we might see like.
Then what was that city they went to?
That was what was that? Because that's the capital of Tatooine.
Capital, but I don't think they give a name.
I don't
remember.
If
they did, I did not hear it or see it.
Mos Espa, I think.
No, Mos Espa is the.
Oh, sorry.
There's one like on Tatooine.
Hold up, let's look it up. Sam in the chair. I'm going for it.
Go ahead.
You guys continue.
All right, AJ.
Those Gamorreans kicked ass though.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of kicking ass, you guys want to talk about a fight scene? Or that's something you want to wait for, like the one that's in the middle of the streets. Because me and Sam, like we spoke about this, like when
I thought it was
over.
I thought
the choreography was a little whack.
Yeah,
and was a little weird. But
what was the highlight for you guys about that fight? Because
definitely the chase. That
really?
was.
I'd say when he blew up that one guy into shrapnel.
That
came out of left field though, because then he afterwards was like, "Keep one alive," and it was like, "Buddy, you just blew one up. Like that one could have been the one you kept alive."
No, like he was.
Maybe he hit the wrong rocket.
He's known to mix it up.
Yeah, like I enjoyed the chase, but I didn't enjoy the portion in the like when they got surrounded by shields. That was a bit wonk, I thought.
Yeah, like it just felt because like that started to last a little too long, and then it dragged out there, and it's also just weird because you see Boba Fett on top of the situation a lot, and then there are just moments like that where it's like, and now for this case he has to suddenly get. I'm like, dude, like you could have just gotten out of that situation so easily normally, but.
But do you think the Bantha tank is going to come into play? Like, he's like actually sick and dying.
He was actually Vader gifted me this as a present. He said he has one and he never leaves without it.
I actually didn't even really think about that. Now that you said that, like, I just more so took that as the fact that like he's still weakened from the Sarlacc pit, but maybe like he is like dying.
Yeah.
What if? Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Sad. He also went like 5 years just living in the sands of Tatooine, probably having no healing. So he's probably using the Pacta tank to like super heal. I don't know.
That's so like, oh my god, because like, and there is the whole factor about like we haven't seen a clone go to this point yet, right? And they have talked about that in old canon about like the what's it called, like the degeneration.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't he unaltered? So like he shouldn't like
maybe
like he ages as normal like. Like when you reach middle age,
right?
like a clone like add like fully matured, ready to die.
That is so freaky.
But to be fair, even like clones knew they were not cheap, but
also like
Boba.
Totally forgot to mention this because we already went to the fight scene. In the cantina, I'm so glad that Max Rebo is still there, and they included the droid from Star Tours / Galaxy's Edge. Don't know what it is, if it's DJ Rex or Pilot Rex, but either or, that inclusion is quite nice.
Represent, because me and Connor like had to straight up stand up and stop the episode because I was in tears when I saw Max Rebo still alive. It's good to know that they pay attention to that kind of thing where they're like, yeah, like people probably care that he might have survived. Let's show him.
They're just like, he's got to stay alive now.
Like, we love him. Honestly, like it made up. It didn't make
much
up.
like Nine Nub.
It didn't make up for Nine Nub necessarily, but it did kind of make Nine Nub a little bit like easier to deal with. Unless you hear about Max Rebo being in that battle over Exegol and like dying also, that would be pretty tragic.
He was flying like a ship that you use music to control.
Like
he found his old band. He found out that Sice Noodles was still alive. They all went to the Battle of Exegol and died.
Bummer. That place is where good characters go to die.
All right, gotta wrap up now for me.
All right, that's it for you, AJ?
That's it for me. Okay. Gotta bounce.
We'll see you next time, buddy. See
Bye,
ya.
AJ.
Bye.
Just
Who's that AJ
the
guy?
three of us. Yeah, who was that? How'd he get on here?
I don't know.
Who gave him the key?
Oh,
Don't let him back in.
I might have left the key under the mat. That's on me. Sorry, guys.
All right. So other things that I have on my notes that we haven't covered yet because we covered most of them.
Oh, did we?
Because I know that like people are kind of like pushing it on me, but how do you guys feel about that monster? I know that I maybe I'm the low tier guy.
I'm very much an optimist when it comes to Star Wars. I like seeing creatures. I know that it wasn't the best looking, but I mean, I don't think that's really anyone's fault. Also, like, who knows? Maybe Robert Rodriguez was really like, man, let me like do my own studios, and that's why it looks like that.
Yeah,
like it definitely really the vibe of being a wonky creature.
It doesn't
like that.
Style monster.
Yeah, I don't think it looked like it was initially designed as a Star Wars monster.
It was kind of a bummer too because like when we were watching it, I was literally like, oh my god, it's like a small crate dragon or something like that. Like that's so cool.
Yeah, I know you were saying you thought it'd be a crate dragon.
And then to pop out and be like, at first the way it stood also was just not very flattering. It was literally like it looked like a Mario bad guy to me, where you jump on its head and then it loses limbs. You know what I mean? Like it would get smaller. And then it suddenly started running like a centaur, and I was like, okay, that's like a little bit better, but it still is just kind of weird. Like the fauna of Tatooine is like, I need a book. I need a fauna book apparently of this planet because I need to know what the hell.
He took it on by himself though, and pretty badass. He killed it with nothing but a chain. He's like, I'm gonna do what Leia did to Jabba. I saw this once while I was in the hole.
He definitely he showed there too that like that kid like he was like I could kill you at any point,
but he doesn't, and that's what I think is so fascinating. Yeah. So I want to know. I think his end game is like respect because he's like I could fuck it up, and then all the Tuskens will just kill me, or I could just join the ranks and get out of here that way.
Like I think like when he got on 4 legs, it was cool. But like I thought it was weird when it looked goofy. Like I think like it almost looked like a Trandoshan, but like if the costume department went in a different direction for that, for like the way the Trandoshans looked.
Like I will easily say I thought of Tatooine episodes of a show we've seen so far, like this has been like a lesser.
Yeah,
because there's always some creature that we see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was kind of indifferent with it. Like I didn't hate it. Not the best, not the worst. For me, honestly, my only gripe with the whole thing again was like just certain moments where I was just like, and who knows, maybe like I'll like this later throughout the show's run. Is it just felt really odd and sombering and more and more so like just rewatch it. There's a lot of times where he smiles and it seems like a really out of character, and I can't tell if like is it because like his mouth disintegrated or if like. It was just a weirard cut.
That's interesting. Because like I didn't notice that myself.
Really, I noticed it a lot. Like
I know, like
awkward smile. I
can imagine maybe just like a grimace.
But
in his expression.
That being said, my biggest truest gripe, and it's something so minor, like it's so stupid, is I didn't like the fact that at the very beginning when he's doing flashbacks, they do Camino and then just do a slow prop zoom of Attack of the Clones, like of young Boba.
I don't think that was. I think that was like a reshot. I thought that felt reshot.
I mean, like it wasn't really a reshot. It's just let's reuse that clip from Attack of the Clones slow it down.
Scene,
I was like, that's really weird.
I think what could be cool
is
if they redid a scene from the Clone Wars TV show.
I think that at one point we will see like a flashback to him as a kid, like more so like and I will almost agree that like that part with the flashback to him as like a kid felt cheapened, because when we started seeing Kamino, I was like, ooh, we're gonna see a cool flashback to Kamino again, and then it just was like, never mind, scooted past that, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind, cool, I guess, but like it's all about like building this character that has been like so theoretically we don't really know a lot about canon Boba Fett in these points of his life. We know a lot about legends.
He tried assassinating Mace Windu a couple times, failed. He teamed up with Asajj, failed, and then unexclusive shot Cad Bane in the head.
Yeah, I'm bummed out that we didn't really even get to see that happen, but maybe that'll be in like a comic or something at one point. Who knows?
Maybe it'll be in this TV show.
Maybe they'll show that as a flashback. Yeah.
No, I thought like you making like references had like, oh, there we are going to see Cad Bane, like, when you were making comments about it at the beginning.
I wish. I love Cad Bane.
Well, we might. Like, that's the thing. We have no idea. Like, I just don't think that kind of thing happens in these, because they don't want to reveal things that are in motion too early about other things. Like, it's like how in Mandalorian Season 2, people thought that Luke was going to be Cal Kestis. I don't think that would have been possible, simply because if they plan on doing other games with him in it, then you just revealed the fact that he lives throughout those entire... The weight of that is gone. Like, you no longer fear it.
The other thing, too, is, like, I always think about it for, like, my parents. My dad has watched Mandalorian. Same with, and I'm assuming he's probably going to watch Book of Boba Fett. But, like, he doesn't understand. Like, I remember, like, when, like, Ahsoka popped up, he was like, I had no idea who that was. And I was like, huh.
Like, they have no idea why that's a big deal in certain capacities. And that's fine.
Yeah,
like, it's a fine way to watch
for them putting characters, like, I understand, like, also, unpopular opinion, I think Cal Kestis is cool, but not to the degree that everyone seems to, like, put him on a pedestal here. And I'm just like, if they put him up in media, that'd be nice. But I feel like there'd be so many people who just wouldn't know. Like, what if you don't have a PlayStation or an Xbox to play that on? Like, you're just not going to know.
It's just not going to be a character that you connect to.
That's Rendar in the show, and expecting people to know that.
Yeah, I think that one would do a little bit better. I think that one
more a little bit better, but it would still have a whole bunch of people being like, huh?
Like, who the hell is that? Who should I care? It's just kind of almost about not doing it in a way where, like, it matters that much about knowing who they were. Small note about this episode, I gotta say again, that we glossed over. If you remember in Mandalorian Season 1, they had Trandoshans in face masks. After recently reading the book of... not the Book of Boba Fett, the Mandalorian art book, they talk about like doing the whole like prosthetic and stuff like that, because like it was just hard to do an actual Trandoshan with like a stunt person, especially. So it was nice to see in this episode at one point like the Trandoshan come in and actually have like a Trandoshan look to it. Like it makes me think like
the only thing I thought that was weird was the eyes, but I think like that like in hindsight, having the eyes be weird was a good call for that. 'Cause, like, I think it fit with the vibe.
Also,
like of what like it would look like.
Instant of a sexy Twi'lek, a sexy male Twi'lek.
And we all about Twi'lek representation.
we were noticing that there are 2 male Twi'leks in this that are actually attractive, which is unheard of in the Star Wars fandom. But that Trandoshan, I swear to God, guys, the reason he looks so good is because they set it up bigger and better so that when we see Bosk look as good as he does.
Oh shit!
Like that's why, because he's like they actually have a budget for a Bosk in this. Because
speculation time. Out of the main bounty hunters or like old Clone Wars bounty hunters, who do you think we'll see in the show, if at all?
I'm going to say we're going to see Bosk and we're going to see Dengar.
I'm going to say those 2 as well, but also throw in Cad Bane.
What do you think, Kaz? Who are your bounty hunter choices that would show up in the show?
Also,
I think it's funny you asked me that, 'cause, like, all I can really say is like I'd imagine Cad Bane. Like, is Aura Singh even alive?
No,
like, I don't
she's
know
dead
if
now.
really...
She got killed by Beckett. Tobias Beckett.
So yeah, like I don't even know what that means.
I also kind of hope secretly for this character to make his live action debut. I would love to see Embo, but I don't think so.
Well, you say that. I think it could happen. I honestly think Embo could show up in live action at one point, but I don't think this show.
But
I think Embo shows up in more of like a background scene in something else.
Bad Batch season 2.
Dude, don't even tempt me. I can't wait for that show. Dude, when that comes out and we do a weekly show, that'll be like tripping.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. All in all, I really liked it. I'd give it like a solid 7 out of 10, which is a high praise for me. I enjoy it. I also feel like I'll like it more, hopefully, once more episodes come out. But it all truly depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, like realistically, like I don't know. I don't remember exactly how I felt, and I keep comparing it to Mandalorian because that's the only other thing.
I think like it was expected. Like I feel like it would be unfair to say that like you aren't allowed to think like that. 'Cause, like,
and the other thing is too, like I have a huge like attachment to Boba Fett as a character. Like I literally like have like old comics and like I have the hoodie. I love this guy. Like he's one of my favorite characters, and I'm excited to see what they do with him, but like it's just kind of like a thing where I'm like, I probably had a lot of hype going into this.
Yeah, like, I think it was impossible for you to like not like be disappointed in some way.
Yeah, like it just was gonna happen at one point.
Yeah,
and it'll probably do something at one point where I'm like, there we go, like that's awesome.
Yeah, like that's like with Game of Thrones with me. Like it took like 5 episodes in to be like, all right, this is good, this is cool.
Like, people are suggesting, for example, that they think from the Bad Batch, they think Omega is going to show up in the show. What do you guys think about that? Like, do you guys think that that's even...
I don't know, because it's like you were just saying earlier, if they put her in the show before Bad Batch Season 2 comes out, then you know that she's safe.
Yeah, you know, like, the end of that story, and it kind of makes it weird.
I'm going to say no, but who knows?
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to mention... I want to mention, at least.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think so, but who knows?
I do appreciate the show's like more like, since it's directed by Robert Rodriguez, it's like you see more of a kind of a brutal side of Star Wars in a little way, like we were saying.
Yeah.
Like with Boba Fett like blowing the guy up, and at one point I don't know if it was Fennec or if it was Boba, but someone throws someone on top of the shield, and like they like fry or something like that, and I was like.
When I was making jokes about like this, I think it was Assassin 2 has like a great scream.
Yeah, like, and it's crazy. Like I was like, that stuff in Star Wars you just don't normally see. Like they don't really go to like the brutal side of things, where like things would just be like, if you actually did some things like that, it would be pretty brutal. Like the results. But yeah, I mean, like, as always, like, it's Star Wars at the end of the day. I'm here for it, and I'm gonna enjoy most of what I see. Like, there will be things that I'm like, okay, like, in all honesty, like, some of the Disney stuff that has come out lately, like, has not been the best in my opinion, but the Disney Plus TV shows, like, have always been nailing it. Like, even, what was the other one that's not Mandalorian that I'm thinking of? Because wasn't there another thing that came out for Star Wars?
Mandalorian, Bad Batch, Rebels.
Fucking Bad Batch, I always forget. Yeah, Bad Batch is, like, almost, in my opinion, better than Season 2 of Mandalorian. Like, Bad Batch was incredible TV.
I agree.
And so, like, they're nailing it. And as far as I'm concerned, like, if this gets a Season 2, sure, but, like, I would almost prefer it just to be a 7-episode tight story of, like...
It's supposed to be 7 episodes? Is that how much we know?
I looked it up, and apparently it's 7 episodes, yeah. Huh. Which, yeah, like, not, like, it's shorter than Mandalorian, but longer than Obi-Wan, like, perfectly right in the middle. It's, like, interesting. Like, that's an interesting length of a show to be like, we want that extra episode. It's what I said about Hawkeye. It's, like, that's a show that I think needed one extra episode. So, maybe this is a show that has the perfect length. We will see finally.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, now what did you guys think about, like, what was your preferred segment of the show? Like, if you had to pick between, like, the flashback and the in the now time, what would you have preferred more time on?
I think more time with the Tusken Raiders.
I agree.
I actually I was reading comments as I do on Star Wars stuff, and
you brave soul.
yeah, and a lot of people were saying they were mad about like how many flashbacks, how much flashback there was, and honestly, like I wish that the show almost was like chronological, maybe that like they just were like, this is gonna be the whole Tusken Raider segment.
I think what would have been cool if, like, by calling it Book of Boba Fett, it was like it goes chronologically, and it's like it's in like one chapter is one episode.
Yeah.
So like one episode is his escape with the Sarlacc. Because I feel like that could be a really cool like reflection episode of like him being like stuck in the Sarlacc and like him trying to like escape. But I don't think that wouldn't have been great television.
It would have been a good, like, that's what I'm saying. If they had maybe not done it, okay, if you're going to do it the way they're doing it, I would be okay with them doing it out of chronological order in that capacity. Because what you're saying would be great for, like, maybe the midpoint of the season where we're, like, we get that bottle episode where it's just Boba in the Sarlacc reflecting, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, that would be really good. But, like, as it stands, it seems like we're kind of getting a chronological flashback. Unless, like, we see, like, Boba as a kid, like we were saying, like, later on. But
yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna see that. So, not getting my hopes up for that in any capacity, but...
Yeah.
But in saying that, like, what are your guys' hopes for the show? Like, what do you want from it?
I have no idea.
I think... that the point I raised on like it being focused on like Tatooine like lore and culture, I think that is what I'd hope for it. Like it to be like very much like it doesn't need to like expand the galaxy, but it needs to blow Tatooine's the view of Tatooine wider. So like it focused like as like we mentioned like it like we saw like we like from this one episode we like realized that like you were saying the Tusken Raider lore feels like the Tusken Raider culture is like really interesting and you want to learn more about it. And like, I think Connor, you mentioned like one to go into Gamorrean lore. I think that could be like really interesting having this be focused on making Tatooine a much richer place. Like give it like more substance than it's just a place where like they always do the Star Wars things.
I think they'll definitely be doing that with the flashbacks. As I mean, maybe it won't. Yeah, I guess he does have.
Thank you, Elvie.
Oh, thank you, Elvie. Yeah, really appreciate it. But yeah, like I don't know how far it's gonna go at one point with that because we don't know what happened really within this point to the 5 years because it's a long time for him just to be like chilling out and then suddenly be like, now I'm gonna go and try and get my armor from Mandalorian when it's gonna be like hard as fuck. So it's gonna be interesting to see that evolution for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like the flashback in general, I was more vibing with that era. Like I wanted to see more of that. In all honesty, like the new stuff was cool, but it just felt a little disconnected, like in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like overall, like I enjoyed it. Like as you're saying, Kaz, like it's all additions to this lore, but at the same time. We are also going to get that Obi-Wan show. So, like, that's going to be mostly set on Tatooine, I would imagine. I think he'll probably leave it.
Obi-Wan, I feel I'd want more, like, character-focused storytelling, I feel
like that show
I want world-building.
That show is absolutely going to be more of, like, the bottle type of episode that we were talking about with the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be cool, But so like maybe it'll make sense for not Mando. Maybe it'll make sense for Boba to like do his own thing and go off to other planets and extend this criminal underworld.
Yeah. What if like all right, like imagine final scenes is like the end of like Book of Boba Fett's been like they've expanded on all this Tatooine culture. They've shown what Boba's rule is like, and then they finish it with him stumbling upon a old withered Jedi in the desert. And then it ends. And then Obi-Wan starts with that. And like that in my head is really cool. Just imagining like that like
I think you're getting the timeline all mixed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know what the timeline exactly. I don't know what the timeline is. But I'm just in my head this looks like a really cool like image. I think oh my god, he's dead. I'm so dumb. Oh my god. See, that's the
See, guys, we have a tier list here. Like that's why Kaz is
With
on the
fans.
bottom of the poll right now.
All right, shut your fucking mouth. Or we got fucking man who like argues with everyone on YouTube about Star Wars.
We got guy who buys Lego sets of Star Wars.
And we got me who's never seen a single episode except since A New Hope.
Yeah, we got all
I'm actually so sad, like, cause like in my head that was actually a really cool like idea. Like you let me go.
Well, I was like, what is he even talking about? Like, I don't know what he's gonna go with here.
And then I go and just break my own legs.
Yeah, you heard it here first, guys. That's Kaz's prediction. We're gonna see Obi-Wan at the end of this show.
He's gonna go back. He's gonna go back in time.
He went through to the world between worlds.
That's a vibe.
So you don't even get that deep cut, do you?
I don't see. Yeah, exactly. Is that like the, I don't know,
Connor,
the Mortis or whatever it's called?
You get that?
Yeah.
The world between worlds.
The world between worlds. I get it.
All right. What else do you guys have any other closing thoughts you want to say? Any other highlights from the episode? Any other downlights?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't think there's much from me, to be honest.
I think
other than like I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would give it like a solid like 6 out of 10. Like it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't like bad by any stretch. Like I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see what this character does. And as a last note, the last little bit of the episode where the Tusken Raider gives Boba like the drink, I was like, that is like the shit that right there was dope. Like that respect. And as always, the art in the credits. Oh, and I didn't mention this. Oh my god, in my notes I even put this down. Guys, Ludwig Göransson should score every single Star Wars project ever.
100% agree. Those.
Holy crap, the music in this show is like on another level.
It was pretty good.
I would say, like the guy that does Game of Thrones, what was his name, Kaz? You said
Ramin Djawadi. I thought it would have been him.
That guy's music is really good, yeah, but like, dude,
I think
the vibe of Star Wars he just captures so well. Like, with the
what
different
I'd say is, like, Ramin, I think he does great, like, scores. Like he does like very much like it's scene setting music, and like it's the way like I like to use music in like my D&D games, for example. Like I don't care for atmosphere. I care for like I want vibe, and I want like energy from the music. While the way the music like from this, I felt was very atmospheric. Like, and I feel like
like it, especially when he was getting like dragged. I think at a certain point, like the music was just banging at that part. Like it was like like there's things like I definitely have a bunch of tracks from Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 downloaded on my phone. That was one of those moments where I was like, and I am gonna look for that right when this is done. Like, gonna need to download that. They actually did that too in Mandalorian season 2 in the first episode when you see the Tusken Raiders. The theme when they approach is so fucking good. And
it's really making you like Tuskens for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like just the music around like the whole their segment of the music was the best part when they were just around. After that, like it's still good, but like that was when it was at its peak. Because anytime you can get like that kind of it also reminded me of Dune, to be fair. Like that kind of vibe, like it's just immediately more compelling.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you guys have anything else to say? Any other additions to the Book of Boba Fett Chapter 1 discussion? Stranger from a Strange Land.
I don't think so.
I like that name, if I'm being honest.
I think you said you were very cool. You were very satisfied with
that. The naming scheme of like Mandalorian is very like basic and cool. Like they would just do like the Wizard, or no, they didn't do that. Never mind. I wish they did that, but like the Jedi, the Redemption, like. So I like that this one maybe is going for like a little bit more of like a poetic kind of like.
Yeah.
Like story thing. Stranger in a Strange Land.
For like a little bit more
That's cool.
But who knows? Who knows what the next episode's going to be?
Yeah.
What are your predictions? Let's go with that for the last little bit. Like, what do you think the next bit's going to be?
I think it's gonna be just them like trying to find out who the assassins are. Like that's the main. They're gonna find out that the
mayor of Tatooine is gonna be somebody that Boba Fett was hired to kill at some point, or something like that. I don't know. I have no clue going in.
I have no clue either. But like, if I have to make a prediction, I would say that like we're gonna. I think that like maybe if I'm making my bold claims here, I think that fucking Prince Caesar is the guy that hired them and is like there he's making fucking like a stand. He's like, no, I want the criminal underworld. That's what's happening. That's my guess.
Fair.
I want that, and I know it's not gonna happen, but that's if it does happen, I'll be like, I called it here first. You heard it here first.
I want to too because like they haven't really addressed this because they always say like Jabba. Boba Fett ran that. Boba Fett. Bib Fortuna ran for at least the last couple years. At least the last like 5 years. At least.
But again, I don't think that he was like running it, dude. I think he was literally just like eating fucking apples all the time.
Like, you wanted to charge after him or anything like that? Was he like paying people? Be like, yo, here, I'll give you all this shit if you don't fuck. Like, I don't know.
Well, it makes me wonder, like, was Jabba sitting on a bunch of wealth in that situation? Like, how does that work? Like, because in that case, I think he was just spending that wealth in that capacity.
Yeah, I guess.
Until Boba came in and was like, bang, bang, bitch. I don't know. That part is a little shady. We'll probably see that, though, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Like,
also, I want to know, this isn't really the Book of Boba Fett as much as it is in Mando Season 2, because now that we watched this, I was thinking about it. Was the Slave One like parked in a really good spot that nobody was there to fuck with it? Like the Jawas didn't take it apart.
I don't want to spoil it per se, but like they have shown in a trailer that I think it's like parked in the garage.
But like nobody took it. Like it just sat there for years. Not even Jawa. Like Jawas didn't take it. No other bounty hunters took it. Like
well, like literally locked in like Jabba's like garage thing in like his palace.
Huh.
I mean, like that's kind of like a thing that we've only seen in trailers, so I'm kind of just speculating, but I'm sure it'll have like some issues. Like I'm sure like some Jawas got in there and Shawshank parts of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like that's another prediction I'll say. That we will actually see in the next couple episodes him kind of like looking at Bib Fortuna's situation. Like we'll probably see him again, in all honesty.
Maybe. Like
we'll probably see him like living lavishly and being like okay. Here's a flashback idea. It's Bib Fortuna that like inspires, and maybe not. Maybe it's the Tusken Raiders that inspire the respect thing. But like, I can see Bib coming at these Tusken Raiders and killing them or something like that, and that pushes Boba to do some good. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Like maybe Bib is like y'all are on my land. Like now that Jabba's gone, and now bang bang. And then it takes like Boba a long time to like recuperate. I don't know. Like it's just like that's theories. These aren't really what I haven't had a lot of time to think these up. I'm just talking out of my ass.
I think that's what a lot of it is. Like especially right now, being the first episode.
Yeah, it's just like what possibly could happen. Because we have no idea really. Like there's so much up in the air about this show. Like what could even happen? And if it keeps going, that's the other thing. Like, I need the answer to that. Like, if this is gonna be fucking seasonal, because that's a big tell for me. Like, what am I expecting? Like, am I coming into this like with practically with the expectations of just an elongated movie and then it's done, or are we going for the long haul here? And Mandalorian even shocked me in that way when. Baby Yoda, like spoilers for Mandalorian season 2, but I mean like when Baby Yoda was given to Luke, I was like, holy crap, what a bold choice, because I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that they like so quickly were like, and we're done with that plot line, and literally like handed it off to Luke, and I was like, that's weird, because now it feels like that has to be picked up somewhere else. I'm sure we'll see Baby Yoda again in Mandalorian, like
definitely
in a few seasons or something like that. But like, it just felt so weird. Like it felt so much like, wow, like what is this show gonna be?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I feel with Boba Fett. I feel like, well, what is this show really about? Like, what are we doing here? And it'll be interesting to find that.
Yeah.
So far, what I'm seeing collectively from people is that the show's getting like pretty good reviews though. Like like it's getting like 8s and 7s, and lowest I've seen is 6. So it's kind of like like I haven't seen anybody say it's bad. So
right.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. So you guys think you're good? We got all of our thoughts out.
I know, like I think I'll have to rewatch it to get better, like more like actual insightful thought on it. But like I feel like for first impressions,
I've got
like everything I want. Yeah.
Hours, so
yeah, I'm definitely gonna be rewatching it with maybe with the family and probably with Paris.
Yeah.
So I'll get a few more perspectives on it probably, but I don't know. As it stands right now, I enjoy it. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to close this out, Kaz?
All right. Hey everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for if you're watching the VOD or watching us on YouTube, or you've been lurking, or you've been in chat for like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 hours, 1 hour. Thanks for hanging out. We really appreciate it. And I think this is obviously gonna be the last stream of the year from McClunky. We're hoping to do a bunch more gaming and D&D streams in the new year in hopes of hitting affiliate by the end of January. And hopefully you guys will enjoy the stuff we're going to be bringing in the year with that. Oh, there'll also be some art from Sam, who's going to hopefully expecting a bunch more pixel art. And
we're not going to be doing D&D this Friday, but next Friday it's going to be coming back. So going back to the terrifying territories of Roro into Nilbog's Hob. An exciting location that I can't wait for you guys to
I'm so excited. Like the way you ended last session makes me want to fucking scream.
I know, it was such a bummer that I was like, this is really where we're
gonna end
this. Like we got, and for 2 weeks we don't know what happens.
The Gnoblins don't deserve this. I think, like I was saying to George, like I want to play D&D. Like I want to play every character I currently am playing all at once right now. Is the mood I'm in.
Yeah, you just want to play. Yeah. Which is awesome. Like I can't wait. Okay, you gotta hopefully have that energy for next week too.
I shall.
It'll be good. All right.
I sent the what's it called by the way? The raid message we're gonna be using.
I got it. Let's
if you're
we're gonna raid into the Grouch Couch.
Mm-hmm.
And as Kaz said, the message is in the chat, so if you guys want to copy paste that and get ready to say that when we pop in. Why can't I copy that? Okay.
You're good. There we are.
I cannot copy it for some reason. All right. Thank you guys. Well, actually, also as well as the Roro stream next week, we will be back probably next week with Book of Boba Fett Chapter 2 discussion as well. So.
Yeah, that'll come first before the D&D.
Yeah, that'll come next Thursday as well. So if you guys are around and watch the episode, feel free to pop in and hang out with us, ask us questions about the episode live, and so it'll be a fun time.
Yeet.
I'm calling the episode now. It's called Max Rebo's Revenge.
I'm ready. Max Rebo.
Okay. See you guys, McClunky.
McClunky.